Well, time for another update with Putin the Tax Cat. The Tax Cat is one of the smartest things around because he's got cunning shrewdness and he's got a sharp smell, night vision, and keen hearing to protect your hard-earned assets. So, with cat cunning and cat smarts and shrewdness, it's a deadly combination. So, we saw a little bit of pullback in silver today and also in oil. But let me tell you this. It's because of the tensions in Syria been kind of pulled back a little bit due to blunders with Kerry and Obama, you know. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the moon today. And here's Obama with the moon. The evil rising moon. This guy is an idiot. This is one of the problems I got with this guy because he's making the United States look stupid. Big time. Big time. And he's a week later. So the Illuminati or the elite chose this guy because he's a nice puppet. You know what? It ain't cutting it, damn it. It ain't cutting it. You know? They should have chose me. I would have already taxed Syria. Yeah, I know you out there in the puppet audience don't like me saying that, but to tell you the truth, you know, Assad's a piece of garbage, and so is the Muslim Brotherhood. It's time we install peace and justice and fair play for the entire people of Syria and Iran. And we're going to have to do that through superior firepower. And as I've always said, you know, there's an old Roman saying out there called Maxim si vis pacem parabellum, right? And you know what that means? You know what that means? It's if you want peace, prepare for war. And it looks like war is in the cards. Definitely in the cards. Because, you know, one thing that's been pointed out is about the 4 blood moons coming up. And it's in the first one's in April 15, 2014. The last one's September 28th, 2015. Now, that's coinciding very closely to September 13th, 2015, which is the 7th year of the Hebrew calendar from September 29th, 2008, and also 7 years before that was September 11, 2001. Now, I don't know if the Illuminati are going to pull this or what, if it's actually a religious thing or what, but I got some pretty good hunches this is going to happen. So we might see silver fly up in 2014 sometime and surprise us going really high, you know, but it'll all do it in 4 or 5 months or 6 months. You know, it won't happen in easy steps. And the thing is that we're going to see a lot of problems later on in 2015 where we might see a global reset. So don't worry about it too much because I think the problem is going to actually start maybe right about now, but actually financially for you it's going to be good. The next half moon is on October 12th, 2013. Usually that's a time of significance, but there's been some people that are predicting that on the next full moon in October, there's going to be some events that occur. Now, I've also seen other people say about October 2013 will be the beginning of World War III. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, that's been a lot of bullshit for freaking 10, 15 years now or more. But, you know, the problem is it looks like the situation in Syria is not going away. And also, we got the blunder of Kerry and Obama telling these people, you know, you got to come up with chemical weapons and show them to us and give them up to us, and then we don't attack you for sure, which is stupid. Just attack them. I mean, really. Why do you even tell them that shit? Just attack them. Just say, spit on the sidewalk and blow them up. Whatever you got to do. Just the thing is, they're giving away their plans before they do it. And you know what? That's breaking the cardinal rule of Sun 2, which is, you know, deception is everything. Deception is everything. Now, there's a good moons and bad moons. You know, they don't display like there's a good moon. And when we have after this war and the bloodshed's done with, there's going to be instilled peace in Syria, and it's going to be an oasis and a fountain of youth and all this kind of stuff. And beauty's going to reign supreme again without the burqas. Because, you know, the suppression of the women in these areas is ridiculous. So, if you kill a few of the men, so what? So what? Who cares? You know? And I'm even kind of sexist, but I don't mind killing those guys. Their guys are screwed up. So, if they can't enjoy themselves on the beach overlooking the cliffs into the waves, and they have to wear a burqa all the day and chaperoned everywhere, there's something wrong with that society. And the guys on the top need to get whacked. So that's the way I look at it. Plain common language. And I would not support the Muslim Brotherhood because they're even worse. So I got my own little game plan. But, one of the biggest problems with this deal, though, is that, a lot of times we're not looking at all the angles. And I don't know, maybe the elite know all about the moons, and they got their Illuminati calendars and all this kind of garbage. But I think something's coming up. And there's been talk about Russia putting more weapons in Syria. So it may not just be like a Desert Storm 100-hour war. It might be something pretty bad. A lot worse. Because Obama, the dumbass, puts the cards on the table. Putin is a piece of garbage, man. I know that. But you know what? Why are you letting this guy freaking play you like a dumbass? The elite got this guy because he's an easy-to-handle puppet. He's a Manchurian candidate. That's why the elite have him. But the problem is, he's so freaking owned that he's got no brains. And that's really what's wrong with this guy. The elite are so afraid that somebody's going to make an independent decision they don't like. Well, too bad. The way I'm looking at it right now, the problem is the elite because they look too much at the damn numbers. They look too much at the money. Like, for instance, when the Shah was installed in Iran, I got no problem with that. But the thing is, the elite should have put a heavy, tight leash on this guy and made sure he didn't have atrocities. Now, let me put it to you this way. You think, it's really bad that they put the Shah in Iran and did an overthrow. Well, say China and Iran put a whole pile of money, investment money in the United States, developing resources and all this kind of stuff and providing all kinds of tech infrastructure and all kinds of enrichment came to the United States. And all of a sudden, the American people elected a leader and nationalized all their efforts that China and Iran did in the United States as a hypothetical situation. Well, what do you think? Do you think that's fair? Well, that's exactly what Iran did to the Western elite. They said, screw it, we're going to elect a guy that could steal everything back just for us. So the Western elite struck back and they said, screw you. So anyway, I just got to say that, we're going to have peace eventually. But right now, it looks like we're going to have some war. The good moon's going to actually overpower the blood moons. But eventually, the burqa's going to go away. And the idiots that are running the burqa show, they're all going to get shot. That's all that's going to happen. But, as far as what's going to happen in the meantime, I don't know. We're going to probably have some war and turmoil for the next several years. It looks like it's coming down the pike. And it's really over currency wars. And silver, it's going to be an erratic animal. It's going to be all over the place. And I'm expecting 2014 to be another hike. And then a pullback around September, somewhere in 2015. But something's going to happen in September 2015 on the 7th year of the Hebrew calendar, and also right around the time of the blood moon, the 4th blood moon. Something's going to happen then. So just beware and stay tuned, because Putin the tax cat is watching out for your interests, man. He's got all them cat sentences. Even though he drops some stuff and he falls down once in a while, he always lands on all 4 feet. And he's got them cat ears and them cat eyes and that cat nose and that cat cunning. So just don't worry about it, man. Hang on to your silver. And by the way, I got to say this at the end. Manarino's got to be having some conniptions right now. That guy is so funny because I'm laughing at this guy because I'm going to tell you right now, I already know there's going to be a correction in the stock markets. You know how I know? Soros don't make bets for nothing. That's how I know.